All right, it is episode 68 of the Zenspath 4-Button Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Powers, and joining me this week, all local this time, no outside sources. It's all locally grown people here.
Yeah.
Caleb
Hello, it's me.
is the Caleb. And joining us once again, first time in a while, hopefully not dying on this episode, Amon.
Hey, I'm trying my best. I also hope to not die after the episode too.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want to have like an in memoriam on this episode.
Oh,
no.
Be like he did the parsec run in record time.
Hitting up Caleb like, all right, I need pictures of him on. I just keep posting the ones from the wedding. Oh man. So yeah, it's just the three of us here tonight to talk about what I think is some interesting topics, but we'll go ahead and start off first with what we've been doing. So Amon, you've been almost dead for a while, so you want to start us off and tell us what you've been doing?
Yeah. So the reason I'm like almost dead is because I went to Disney World. Work and life was crazy, so I was just like, I was supposed to go to MomoCon actually, where our friend Remy actually ended up going to.
Yep.
I was supposed to go to that, and then it just became hectic to find a hotel and everything and coordinating with people. So I was like, you know what? Disney World never felt me, so I'm going to just go to Disney World. And in about a week, I somehow managed to, book an Airbnb, buy the tickets, reserve the parks, and go to Disney World. So probably the most last-minute trip of my life ever. But it was an absolute good time. I went with this man here and his wife and a few of our other friends.
Me.
So it was really fun. On non-flex on these people news, I have been watching anime, which is always a fun time. And literally just been trying to like compose myself after all the games getting like pushed back. Like it's Final Fantasy 16 got pushed back, Suicide Squad got pushed back. So just been like waiting to use my PS5, honestly. So
it's all right. So is Sony.
Yeah. And other than that, just been enjoying the hell out of these Disney series that have been coming. Disney Plus series and
yes,
the most recent Obi Kenobi, but I know we're going to talk about that. Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, definitely. No spoilers, but we'll talk about it.
No spoilers, yeah.
Fire. Spoilers.
It's too early for that.
So, well, awesome. Yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. What about you guys?
All right, Caleb, what you been up to?
Since last time, still trying to beat Xenoblade. Finally got to the halfway point. Again for the second time, and not too far off from where I left off. I believe. I think there's another big thing that happens. Anyways, it was after that. No spoilers, anything like that. And then I also went to Disney World this past week, and it was a fun time. I'm gonna try to zoom in. You see the hat I'm rocking, 50th anniversary. Pretty fun. Pretty fly for a white guy.
I wasn't going to say all that, but yeah,
it's fine. And it was only my second time actually being there in Disney World, and I got to experience other parks besides Magic Kingdom. So, second time in my entire life I've been able to go, and that was really fun, and I really enjoyed it, along with my wife and friends. Got to give them credit as well.
I noticed I wasn't invited, but whatever.
You were in Vegas, sir.
You were on a trip.
Yeah,
that's true. I guess I was in Vegas when y'all went. I didn't know when y'all went, so I was hoping that wouldn't coincide.
We got back Tuesday or Monday, one of those days.
I was crawling around a bat cave and then wandering over to Vegas. So yeah,
jealous.
That's like a Disney World.
No, that's not at all like Disney World.
I had a hummingbird dance around me.
There you go.
None of it is like
Disney magic. It's right there.
Oh Lord!
But yes, currently, for those viewers who have seen me before, this is not my normal, typical background, as I am having to record somewhere else because the internet at my home is currently shut off for unknown reasons.
He didn't pay his bill.
No, I paid my bill.
No,
it's like an area outage kind of thing. It's like, it's going to be 11 to 12 hours. I'm like, who blew up something? What?
Wow. Couldn't be me over here with Comcast.
Right. Me as well.
It's T, literally.
I don't think Comcast was a choice when I signed up. But yes, currently in my mother-in-law's room, where my wife and my mother-in-law and brother-in-law are watching Stranger Things. So if you hear random yelling, that's what's happening.
I cannot do Stranger Things, man.
I need
I
to
don't do
watch it.
scary like that though.
I might actually start watching it tonight while the show's editing.
Huh.
All right. Well, I haven't been to Disney World since 1997.
You gotta go, bruh.
So I don't have a hat to show off like that, but I do have this hat to show off.
Ooh.
This lovely official one of a kind Zenspath 4-button podcast hat in a lovely green. So other Joey, sorry you can't see that color. Well, he's actually one of the ones that's ordered one of these. I've actually got it where I can make these. He wants it in black, so I'm making one of those.
Okay.
So he'll be the second
be
owner
fun.
of a hat. Yeah. I think it's costing us about $42, $46. It's like a really nice flex fit hat, so it's been kind of
Not
nice
bad.
actually.
Yeah, not bad.
So that's the hat I get to show off. Beyond that, though, I have been watching Obi-Wan,
It's
the new
fire.
Disney Plus series, talking about the
Fire.
life and times of Obi-Wan as he sits in a cave in the desert. Thankfully, there's more to it than that. There's other
Yes.
stuff going on.
I was gonna say that was like the worst explanation of anything I've ever heard. You know,
I tried to make it boring. It's like, it's just sand, sun and sand. Vader hates it.
Just gets everywhere.
Of course, and gets everywhere, yeah. Vader would really hate it now because like it would get in the gears of his hand, so it's not just like
Mhm.
uncomfortable. He'd be like grinding as he goes around. That's like fuel for the dark side. He'd be so angry at every
this is
step.
what he gets for killing the young ones. You know,
Right?
it's all his fault.
He deserves that Florida sand.
It does look like they're in Florida.
Seriously. Beyond that, have either of you guys watched Star Trek Brave New Worlds yet?
So
It's so
you're gonna
good.
hate me here, but
No, you can love both, man. This is
I know
not a one
you
or other hate.
can. I know you can.
Star Trek Brave New World has been absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend it. This is the Enterprise under Captain Pike, who was
Okay.
the captain before Kirk, and originally showed up in the original premiere called The Cage, or the pilot episode. And then later on, when they reused that footage in a later part of the season, he showed up there again. But they've been doing a really good job with it. They're about 4 or 5 episodes in now, I think. I have another episode to watch after this.
Is it Paramount Plus?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give it a watch.
Oh yeah, super super great. Beyond that, I haven't really been playing too much gameplay stuff. Excuse me, because I've been helping a friend of mine move on most of my downtime. One of the other guys in the show, Insomniac, or Brent, he had to move houses, so I've been helping him do that. But I did pick up a game today that I was playing around with earlier before the show called Pac-Man Museum Plus,
Okay,
which I grabbed it on the Switch. It's only like $32, but it's
not bad.
14 different Pac-Man games. Like, I love Pac-Man, so this is like every version of it, except for the
That's
kart
hot.
racing one, sadly. But you unlock different ones just by playing. You have challenges for each one. You can build up coins. You can set up this arcade, kind of like Animal Crossing style, where you can move stuff around and lay it out how you want, change the wallpapers, the floor, backgrounds, all that stuff. And that's how you access the games, or you can do it from a menu, so you can choose how you want. But I think it's only on the Switch. I don't believe it's on any other system, but
that sounds
get it.
about right.
Like, it's really good if you like Pac-Man. So much Pac-Man content. So yeah.
Oh, they pack all the Pac-Man in the in the Pac-Man pack. So much packing.
You really just
These are
This
special.
is the last time
special
Caleb will be joining the podcast.
I'm gonna try and clip more of this episode, so expect that.
Oh Lord.
Well, fun fact, and this is a little inside baseball for people. We found out using Zencaster, if you click on chat, the chat won't stay. It goes away. You have to go to footnotes. And that makes marks on the time so you can go back and find things easier.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you find a clip you think you want to keep, click on footnotes and then just put a space and make one.
Okay.
So now that we've completely drove that off the rails, um, let's make fun of Elon Musk. Let's get into the stories. Who's with me?
I am.
Yeah,
Yay!
please.
So Elon Musk, we all know who he is. He wants to try and buy Twitter. His parents pretty much made a bunch of money off of Africa in the worst way. And that's how he got rich and got his feelings hurt because the hard drive, which is the gaming part of the onion, um, proved to him that you don't come for them without them getting you back horribly. It's great. Do you guys, both of you, familiar with the hard drive on Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're great.
They're funny.
So Elon Musk was taking their articles, cutting off the name of their site, and reposting them. And they were like, "Hey, do you want to bother actually putting our names on there?" And because they just wanted credit, but you know, Musk threw a fit because he believes that people don't. He doesn't have to give credit for things. That artists shouldn't be credited, which is already a huge no
Yeah.
for everyone that
Yeah.
creates things.
Kind of a dumb thing to think.
Right. So, he was like, "Oh, your stuff's not funny," and they said maybe you'll like this more. And they sent the story that they wrote about Musk wanting to go to Mars because no one hates him there yet.
Yeah.
Which Musk responded by tweeting, quote, "Less funny than SNL on a bad day. This can make a drunk person sober. Try harder." So they immediately responded back with a picture of Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live playing Wario from the Wario skit and stated, quote, "Well, you were the expert on SNL bad days."
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, Musk's only response was to come back about, "Oh, you're not funny because you're woke," even though he's been stealing their jokes. So I guess he thought they were funny.
Yeah.
And just kind of wandered off upset. So, makes me happy. How about you guys?
I
No,
find
it
it so
was.
interesting about how Elon Musk is like, he was a champion of the left, then he became an enemy of the left. He was an enemy of the right, now he's become a champion of the right. So it's just like, okay.
Specifically on this story, on the way back from Orlando, I was literally following. I'm like, man, hard drive's going hard on Elon Musk today, and I was like, oh, he quoted the Zodiac Killer video tweet or whatever meme, something like that they posted. I was like, oh gosh dang! And then the whole apology article they posted right after that, I was like, wow. This is the funniest thing I think I've seen in a while.
Yeah, no, they ripped into him just beautifully. So
it made my day on the way back. It was very entertaining and actually,
for sure. All right, so moving on from one person who got severely burned to a book that can't be.
Harry Potter?
That's probably one of the best transitions I've done in a while.
very nice, sir. Very nice.
Margaret Atwood. She is the author of The Handmaid's Tale. I always want to say Handmaiden, but it's Handmaid. Excuse me. She's working with Penguin Random House Publishing to auction off a one-of-a-kind fireproof edition of her book on June 7th. So in a couple of days, this will go up for auction. This is trippy. It's created with fire-resistant paper and a flame-retardant cover. The trailer for the book shows that they've strapped this little old lady, who's the author, a flamethrower to her, and she's shooting the book with a flamethrower.
Hmm.
And then throwing it into a pile of burning books, and everything's just fine with it. So the concept of an unburnable book was created by Robbie Percy and Carolyn Frenzen. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the names very well. At the Rethink Creative Agency. And then Toronto graphics art and bookbinding specialty studio of the Gas Company, Inc. used a specialty treated aluminum product called Cinefoil, then sewed the manuscript together with a nickel copper wire. They also said the book couldn't be burned. The only way to destroy it would have to put it through a grinder.
Oh, wow. That's kind of
Yeah,
dope.
that's crazy.
I want to know how much it weighs. Like,
I don't know how
you
much
can't
that
burn
costs.
it. You can probably beat somebody with it.
Probably.
It was like that
Like-
episode of SpongeBob with the pretty baddies. We tried shredding it. We tried burning it.
and now just giving it away. I'm getting back in line.
Lord.
I can't fathom having a book that can't be burned, and I'd be like, man, I mean, make that the standard, but I guess that's kind of hard to do, right? I mean,
Oh,
Also
my
incredibly
house burned
expensive.
down. Well, I got one thing still.
My house burned down, but at least I got Percy Jackson's Fifth Adventure.
at least I have the handmaids.
God, some family member is going to be found like still holding it. Oh, no.
That got really dark. Yeah, yeah, super dark.
Yeah, I got real
But
dark there.
luckily,
Sorry
to
about
lighten
that.
up the mood, I have some Sunny D.
There you
Wow.
go.
I'm going
Love
through
Sunny
it, y'all.
D.
I got like 8 things on my desk. I got tea, water, tissue paper, aloe, Vicks.
You do what you got to do to fight off death.
Yeah. Excuse me. That was a.
You start coughing.
At
the worst time.
But no, that's super cool. That's super cool. So, what else are we talking about, Jeremy?
Next up, and this is one that I think you're dressed for, Star Wars Celebration.
Hold
Whoa,
on.
Jeremy.
Star Wars
I'm more
Celebration.
than dressed
Oh
for it.
no!
I had come back from Disney World empty-handed.
We out here.
All right, this is unfair. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, we're holding on.
All right, I don't have a lightsaber available, so,
Oh, we gotta get you one.
but I do have an original Empire Strikes Back ATST,
what's up.
and he still walks. You can unlock his legs,
Oh, wow.
and he walks. Hey, this thing's complete. It's actually hard to get everything on here. Since you guys surprised me with that, I really didn't know they were going to break out lightsabers.
No, that's what we were talking about earlier. You're like, oh, that sounded ominous. We're like, did you got it? You got it? And you're like, yeah.
Well, that's a hilarious surprise. I had no idea.
Yeah. I was like, we're gonna surprise Jeremy.
Keep the thing on me.
Remember, I was talking about earlier before the podcast. I wanted to do a Gray Jedi cosplay. And I know this isn't lore friendly per se, but I got 2
Not
dark
at all.
sabers.
Were those turned on earlier?
Yeah.
That's the noise.
Yeah,
That's the noise.
what I was
Can you
saying.
hear it?
Yeah,
That's creating
all I
crazy
can hear.
feedback, actually. So
Yeah, we
Really?
need to turn
Oh, I'm
those
sorry.
off. That's
gonna tell
the
you that
mic
you
noise
probably-
I couldn't hear earlier when we were trying to figure it out. Remember?
Oh, I had. No, oh, no.
No,
I didn't have them on earlier.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's the same
this-
noise.
Yeah, and also, like, supposedly if you hit them, it's like.
Oh yeah, let's turn those off. I'm getting
All right.
feedback.
yeah, I was gonna say you're killing the audio. Strange. This is why we go for the
Yeah, if you're
Not
still
as-
listening, thank you, and I'm sorry about your ears.
So
But like
all
the
I'm
exact
saying
tone
is,
earlier, Caleb, that was the noise somehow. I wonder if one of them was on.
No, there's no way. They were both off. There's no way it
It's
was on.
possessed. It's the dark side.
all I'm saying is Darth Maul saber
Uh-huh.
should have got Vader. It's okay because now Vader's discontinued and going for crazy money on eBay. But that's not why we
wow.
do it.
Oh,
We do it because we
Wow.
love it. That's why we do it.
How much was that?
Oh wow, still making noise.
well,
you don't
that's
wanna
because you're unhooking it. Yeah, you don't want to know.
Oh.
You're unhooking it, especially mine. You don't want to know.
I will tell you though, Jeremy, to answer your question, it's not enough to stop me to go back and buy Formula because that is the
Yeah.
thing.
Respect. Respect.
That's the answer.
Not enough to stop me in getting Ahsoka's. See, my whole
I
plan
got
was
this
I wanted.
for $20. I got
Yeah,
lucky. I got super lucky.
Yeah, if you multiply that times a double-digit number, you'll get how much we paid for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you which double-digit number.
Dude, I can't say much because I bought an actual movie size prop from a proton pack. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm still waiting on that. That'll be like next year. before I
How
get
much
it.
was that?
That was almost like $500-600.
Okay, we're close. We're close.
And then the actual Nishudo one was another like 200.
Okay, dope. Yeah, no.
So on to Star Wars Celebration. Boy, we have really got off
Yay!
course on that one. So we're going to just go through these real quick and we'll talk about some of the particulars if you guys want. And it's not just Star Wars. They actually announced a few other things too. But starting off with Star Wars Visions Season 2 coming out
Hype.
early 2023.
It's cool.
I need to watch the first half of this.
What?
You do.
I just haven't had a chance to yet.
That's fair.
Anthology animated series, but with a less anime specific bend this time, with animation houses in the UK, Japan, Chile, Spain, Ireland, and South Africa working on it.
Interesting.
So I want to watch it. It's very much like I said, the Animatrix type thing, where it's that kind of compilation. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
They're very good standalone stories, with a couple of them being like, I want a whole series on this. Why?
Yeah.
And a couple of them take a little bit of liberty with the rules of Star Wars, but that's honestly what I love about it as well.
If you're hearing
True.
things fall, my ATSD just fell over.
Oh no, it died.
Hey.
It happened to hit everything it could on the way down.
Oh wow.
Oh, and if anybody says anything about my 2 Darksabers, I'm just going to say multiverse. What can you do now?
You gotta say Disneyverse, not multiverse.
Multiverse.
All
just
Disney
multiverse.
is thinking is cha-ching.
I will say though, and I don't mean to
Uh-huh.
call you out, Strange. Now that you own both of those, you have to watch The Mandalorian now.
What? You have not seen The Mandalorian?
I need to watch Clone Wars because that's where the Darksabers are at, and I need to watch Rebels because that also has Darksabers in it. Or the Darksaber.
But those specifically are from The Mandalorian. What do you have?
Yeah.
I have watched the first couple of episodes of Mandalorian. I just haven't gotten
How did you stop?
to watch the rest.
Yeah, dude, if I had all those available day one, I wouldn't have stopped. I would have kept watching.
Yeah,
How have I stopped playing the Xenoblade games 3 times over? I don't know.
because
but
they're
I
hard.
continue to find a way to do it.
It took me 3 attempts, so. Next up is The Bad Batch Season 2. Doesn't have a release date yet. I haven't watched any of The Bad Batch yet, only because I'm trying to get caught up to finish Clone Wars before I go into Bad Batch, because I have a feeling if I watch Bad Batch, it's going to be spoilers.
You gotta finish Clone Wars before you go into Bad Batch. I just had my friend Zach, who we also went to Disney World with, who also bought lightsabers. He just finished Clone Wars today. He's like calling me. He's like, "Let's have this long discussion." I'm like, "Bro, I'm fighting for my life," but it was so good. Yeah,
and I've seen a bunch of later ones for Clone Wars, but it's been so long, I decided to just start the whole thing over again, and I'm just watching.
That's what I did.
A couple episodes as I go, just so it's all fresh.
That's
next
what I
up,
did. It was definitely a good way to do it.
Next one is Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. I was excited about this when I saw it because I like the logo looked really familiar, and then I was right. This is a new animation project from Dave Filoni. It's an animated anthology series based on the awesome 1992 Dark Horse comic series, which I used to have a bunch of those. That's where I recognized the logo from. I was like, oh, that looks just like the old comics. So that's great. I used to love reading those because they would have all these fantastic, crazy stories of Jedi and Sith and all this stuff from, centuries of time, kind of just giving little backstories and little things in there. So I'm hoping they stick with that. Next up is Ahsoka. No release date given yet. Once again, this is kind of a Mandalorian spoiler. Sorry, they're.
You're
Caleb.
fine. I know. I'm not at all caught up. I understand.
Why don't you tell me that about One Piece though? He's like, Dana hasn't watched One Piece, so don't talk about anything from the past 25 years. Now he's over here telling you it's fine. I understand.
That's for me. I don't want to ruin the experience for her.
Yeah, we'll not believe that.
Yeah.
So, Ahsoka's a trailer wasn't made public, sadly. Like they showed one, but it was only for people at the event. It's going to continue the live action version of Rosario Dawson's Mandalorian Season 2 character, which I thought looked good. I thought she plays the character really well.
Yeah. So, and I love adult Ahsoka. That's a vibe. Like Clone Wars Ahsoka always has my heart, but adult Ahsoka vibe.
Yep. Next up was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This is releasing in 2023. It'll be exclusive to next-gen consoles and PC. So
PS5
no,
gang.
no PS4,
PC
no
gang.
Xbox One. I'll be
Scared
playing
your
it on
PC might
Series
burn
X. But this is a sequel to the 2019 Star Wars Fallen Order, which I enjoyed. It had issues, but it was fun.
Yeah,
So,
I should play that.
did you guys play that one that much? I guess obviously you did if you just said that.
I played a little bit of it. I would like to continue it, but it just there were so many game releases coming out at that time.
It got
I just haven't gone back to it.
it got really good updates for the new consoles as well. Like it runs if you have access to like a Series X or a PS5 or a Series S, like it runs really well on there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I think I actually did put it down because I don't know if it was my computer runs it fine, but I think it was having some performance issues. And I was like, I'll wait till some updates come out, and then I just hadn't gone back
This
to
man trying to play Star Wars Tales of the Jedi on the same computer that wouldn't play Fallen. We got to get you a new computer.
Fine.
There you go.
My computer's fine. What?
Just sell one of your dark sabers. I'm sure that'll
Yeah.
cover the cost.
No.
Probably.
How dare you?
I do have to ask, why did you... You know what? I'll wait.
So this one I'm actually looking forward to. This is Light and Magic coming out July 27th. This is a Disney Plus documentary series about industrial light and magic, starting from when they were created, when they were making the special effects for the original Star Wars back in 1977, all the way up to current projects that they're working on now. And I love this kind of
six-part
stuff.
series. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh my.
I don't know how that got mistyped. Okay, it's supposed to be 6-part, but apparently it says sex part. So
I didn't question it
fix
first.
that.
I was like, maybe it's
I mean, I was looking at it, I was like, Star Wars is taking a very interesting turn, I see, all of a sudden.
I see you've gone to the dark side. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
See, we've got-
Oh no. Well, that's a great typo on my part because I typed these notes. So, guess I had sex on the brain. Whatever. Star Wars is sexy.
It is.
Oh no.
Hot.
No, it's not.
Oh.
So after that, they talked about the Mandalorian season 3, which is coming out February of 2023. This is another series that had a trailer but was not available to the public, so we can only hear a little bit about what's going on.
Goodness.
But this is a series that Caleb still has not finished,
Yep.
and we don't know why.
Yep.
Just to call you out.
Busy.
Yet he's
purpose.
watched Centaur World season 1 and 2.
No, I have not watched season 2. Stop it.
You still
Stop
watch,
saying
yeah.
I've watched season 2. I have not.
Uh-huh.
Everyone send him spoilers.
I am currently watching Amphibia, though, because I want to catch up on it.
There you go. Next up was Star Wars Skeleton Crew coming out in 2023. This is from John Watts, the Spider-Man No Way Home director. He's working on an Amblin-style show. Are you guys familiar with Amblin Entertainment at all?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so it was a movie house back in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s that made kind of more kid-focused stuff. They also worked along with Disney, I believe. This one's going to be starring Jude Law, and will focus on a group of kids who find themselves lost in the galaxy and trying to get home. Kind of a Goonies style to it.
Oh, okay.
Which also makes me kind of think of Star Trek Prodigy that's out now, which is about a group of kids who get a hold of a ship and are lost in the galaxy, trying to get home. Wait a minute.
It's the Goonies.
Who's taking what
That
here?
sounds familiar.
Right? Oh, Lord. Next up is Andor.
So
This is coming out August 2022. 12-episode prequel series to Star Wars Rogue One. Already confirmed to have a second season that ties into Rogue One. Obviously, if you've seen Rogue One, you know why it won't follow up Rogue One.
Yeah.
Not much
But
of a
we did-
story
There's
there.
there's no way we follow up Rogue One. I mean, there.
We do what's
Well, they've
called
already
Star
produced
Wars.
the sequel, yeah.
It's called Episode 4.
As soon as you see the movie, go home and watch the sequel.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So, but this did have a trailer, and it looks really good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I was glad they were kind of working on this one. I want to see a little bit more about it, but I mean, I'm 12 episodes. It's a pretty good series.
Yeah.
So
More than
from that, we
Kenobi.
leave, huh?
It says more than Kenobi.
Right?
That face.
Kenobi's been really good, though.
Yeah, it has. It has.
And I think they were talking about Kenobi may get a second season.
Please, Lord Jesus. Excuse me.
It all
Did you
depends on how
hear?
it ends. Like, I want to know what goes on.
Did you hear there were talks for the Mace Windu series?
I heard about half of it.
You heard half of what I said?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, would there? I was making a dumb joke on that. We'll just ignore
Okay.
that one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it took me a second because I didn't hear you say Mace Windu. I thought you said something else. So I don't know why. Never mind.
oh, sorry. It's good.
No, I actually
Yay.
would they get Samuel Jackson back for that?
So, like,
I think so.
he
They
sent
have
me a
to.
video. Him and his wife sent me a video where Sam Jackson said since Obi-Wan came back, he's interested. He asked because he's working on a movie where one of the people who directs the Mandalorian.
Mhm.
And she's like, hey, or he's like, I want to play Mace Windu again. And they're like, yeah. He's like, yeah? Everybody's like, yeah, man, I looked at it. And Disney is very open to exploring characters. So, yeah.
I mean, if Anakin can lose almost every limb he has and become Vader, I think he can lose 2 hands and still come back and be an ass kicker.
Well, he only lost one. He only lost one.
That's right. I only did lose one. I thought he lost both.
Yeah. He only lost one.
Nope, just the one.
And he was the strongest dueling Jedi. So,
He's got to come back with that purple saber though somehow.
yeah, he does. Of course.
Gotta have that
better.
purple saber.
Of course.
Of course.
I was
All right,
ready to pay
so-
$500 for that saber if they had it. They did not.
Nice. Leaving Star Wars, the other 2 properties that they went into that were non-related, Indiana Jones 5, which is still officially untitled.
Still can't believe it.
I'm actually okay with it. Hopefully, James
Who's gonna
Mangold
be in
from
this
Logan is directing. Say what?
I said, who's going to be in this one?
It's
Oh,
still
never
Harrison
mind.
Ford. He's
Okay.
playing an elderly, like he's purposely old. I mean, he is old. Harrison
Yeah.
Ford returns as an elderly Jones with Mads Mikkelsen as the villain, with Antonio Banderas and Phoebe Waller-Bridge also starring.
Isn't Antonio Banderas the one from the Spy Kids movies?
Who was what?
Yes.
I love
Yes.
him.
Antonio Banderas.
I love him.
My kids. I was
he was-
thinking Zorro,
yeah, he was the
but
dad.
yeah,
Zorro too, but
Oh,
he was
yeah,
the
yeah,
dad.
yeah,
Spy
yeah.
Kids.
we can definitely tell the age difference between this.
Spy Kids is underrated, bro. I don't care. Spy Kids is mad underrated. But I'm excited. I love
It is.
Antonio Banderas. And I don't know who Penelope Waller-Bridge is.
John Williams is returning to score the film, which I mean,
Ooh.
I don't know how many more films we're going to be getting out of John Williams. He's getting
Loki
up there.
thought
He's
he was
in his
dead.
90s. Huh?
I said Loki thought he was dead.
No, he's still around.
Good.
Thankfully, I mean, he's still making great music.
Good.
This one I was really happy to hear about. Willow is coming November 2022. Warwick Davis returns in the role I loved as a kid. I watched Willow. I love that movie. This one, he comes out of retirement to help restore balance to the world along with a group of young adventurers.
Cool.
So we're just kind of waiting to see how that goes. The trailer looked really good, though.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna do like a recap of they're just gonna be like, whatever, we're just gonna go straight into it or something like that.
They'll probably be like, hey, you're on a streaming service. Here's the movie. Just go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's already up there. You
I'll
can watch
check
it
it
now. It's like last time on, and it just starts playing the film. You just watch the whole thing, and then it
Last
goes into
time.
it.
Last time on
Willow.
That was the longest last time on I've ever seen.
40 years later. SpongeBob loves it. 40 years.
After 2 hours later. So, are you guys familiar with Willow at all? Like, did you ever watch it?
Nope.
No.
Sorry.
I am so defeated. My wife hasn't seen it either. Like, Brent's my only friend that knows of Willow.
These people they don't have culture.
You kids.
Darn kids and you have no culture.
And make sure my children have seen it. I'm not letting them grow up without it.
Yeah, I've
I don't
never
know.
seen this.
So, in general, what did you guys think of the Star Wars Celebration? Like, was it pretty good amount of stuff? Good things announced?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, Star Wars has been getting love for years, ever since they realized that, they hold us with The Rise of Skywalker. So, but everything's been, Boba Fett's been really good. The Mandalorian's been good. Like, Clone Wars returning to Bad Batch.
I still find it kind of weird. Boba Fett ended up becoming like part of it was just Mandalorian season 2.5.
Yeah, but yeah.
I
wasn't
get
mad at
it,
that.
but I was like, come on.
Yeah. It was fun, though. It was a fun ride. I think they've done a great job with showing Star Wars the love and respect it kind of deserves. Like, I don't feel like it's everything's been like gets cash grabby as everybody thought it
Right.
was going to be. I feel like they've respected it really well as a franchise.
I think
The
they've gotten
rides are
better.
fun. You said what?
I think they've gotten better. Like they were kind of cash grabby at first, and then realized, oh no, we need to fix this, and they've kind of gotten better people to start running how they handle it. Like Dave Filoni's done a really good job with a lot of that.
And what's
You
her
know,
face?
Catherine Kennedy, I think, was the one
Yes.
who was running it for a lot of it. She
Another
still
casting
did some
director
good
for all the
stuff.
Star Wars stuff.
I'm trying to remember who was the Iron Man 1 director who's also doing a lot of these. He plays Happy Hogan. I blanked on his name.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was saying Jon Favreau.
Yes, Jon Favreau. He's like really into a lot of it.
Yeah, he's
especially
a
in regards to the Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah, he's a bruh.
That guy's just a gift for everything he's in. I've always liked him as a director, as an actor.
So y'all all saw Spider-Man: No Way Home, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like it's been enough time, so I'm going to mention it.
Yes, it
When I
is.
thought
We
he
are
was
free
gonna
to talk
die-
about it.
When I thought he was going to die, I was more upset than Aunt May died.
I didn't think he was going to die, but yeah.
Excuse me.
So would have sucked. I think it was so sad at the end when he didn't know Peter, though. You're just like, oh, it's happy.
Yeah.
Because he's actually had really good moments with him throughout that whole trilogy.
Oh, he has. It was a good
Like
show.
that whole conversation in the second one when he doesn't know what's real and what's not, and he's talking to him. That was great. Because it was funny, but also heartwarming.
Yeah.
That movie you rented? I know it wasn't a kid's one. I was just like, oh no, they went there. Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me.
All right, so let's move on to our next story here, which I don't want to talk on this one too much, but it's so disappointing. So everybody loved Ni no Kuni. So what did they do? They ruined it with NFTs.
Yay! NFTs, microtransactions, a mobile game.
Not even NFTs, cryptocurrency in general. So they released Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds on mobile and PC recently, and it's become a hot mess of microtransactions with a focus on crypto as its source of in-game currency. So it's a gacha game, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with.
Yes.
Yes.
But it has its own cryptocurrency baked in. So you can unlock two different kinds of currency in the game, Territe, and then there's Territe token, or NKT, which is their crypto.
Already confused.
You can then trade Territe for Territe tokens and then send those to the Marblex, which is their exclusive wallet that they run for crypto. From there, you can trade their crypto for other versions of crypto if you want, or vice versa. And that's already really annoying. And I can hear a dude just popping his collar trying to explain how great this is to me. And I don't want to hear it while he's, trying to lift weights or some crap. So Netmarble has their own wallet called Marblex, which allows players to take in-game items, trade them for Netmarble's Asterite or Territe tokens, which is stupid. Trade those for other cryptocurrencies, as we said. But players are already complaining that the in-game economy is basically skewed for the people that invest in their crypto. Because if you buy their crypto and buy things, you can get, like, say, a set of armor or other items and pets and whatever right off the store without having to gamble for anything. So what comes up with that is, if you're putting in a couple dollars trying to get something and you're just doing random chance and you get jack, someone else who just can spend however much money can just walk up and just like, no, I want that great weapon. And they go into PvP and they're just terrorizing everybody because every time they can just go buy the better weapon. So yeah, good job ruining that game, guys.
I mean, just the fact that it's a mobile game in general just kind of a turn off for me. But looking at that chart, I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah, when you need a
love Ni no Kuni, but I'll stick to the first two games.
Yeah, when you need a 4-step visual aid, you have a problem with your currency.
It's like I get what they're trying to do, but I just again feel like it's just poorly executed.
I feel like.
Yeah. Any thoughts there, Amon?
I was getting oxygen to my brain, but like, I definitely think this is like stupid. because I feel like paying to win for a game defeats the purpose of a game. Like you should be able to grind it out. I
Hmm.
hate like pay to play anything. Honestly, like I feel like that's a piece of tradition of gaming. So definitely not on board with this. Blah.
Yeah, and a lot of people were excited because like, oh, it looked great, but that doesn't matter. It's still basically just a lottery machine.
Yeah.
All right, so after that, in kind of a weird move because Sega doesn't know how to show off a Sonic game without doing something wrong.
Oh god.
Instead of showing a trailer, showing an announcement, showing whatever they want, they teamed up with IGN for this month to show off gameplay cuts of Sonic Frontiers, and not the best look so far.
Yeah.
It's definitely weird. It's like, okay, I see the overall vision of this, but also it does look like it's a little bit
Oh yeah, for
unfinished.
sure. It looks
Maybe kind of
empty.
like,
It looks super empty.
I'm not worried about the
yeah,
world
it's like,
being super empty because like a lot of places, I love somebody had a point like someone hiking through the Grand Canyon, like you're there to see how beautiful it looks and everything. Oh, this sucks. It's so empty. It's like that's not the point. I get that argument. I'm kind of like, all right, that's funny.
Yeah.
it's, I don't know. It just seems like, I feel like overall it's a step in the right direction, but it's just weird. I'm still gonna play it probably because it's a Sonic game. I'm still gonna
Right.
play it. Heck, I mean, I still got Forces. I never finished it because I was like, oh, this is
I never
trash.
opened it.
So,
It's on my shelf.
except for the soundtrack, the soundtrack of Forces is amazing. Never Sonic game
Yeah.
never has any like bad music. I'm honestly curious because that was one thing people were like, why is the music so weird? Like this isn't Sonic music or anything. It's like piano. This is Breath of the Wild. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I was looking at
Um,
it. Like I said, this is coming out. I don't know what they're showing the footage on. Obviously, it's going to be like probably PC or PS5 or Xbox, Series X because it is better looking stuff.
Yeah.
But it's coming out for Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC.
So that's the one thing that I was
I can
gonna
already
say.
tell that.
This is
Say
not
what?
gonna be a Switch game. I said that was the one thing
No,
I was
I
gonna
was about to
say.
say
This is not gonna do well on the Switch. 100%.
that Switch is gonna chug,
Explode,
and it's
yeah.
gonna
I
it's gonna
I
catch on
think it could
fire.
do it, but they're going to have to change the visual style. Like I think it would benefit from a more cartoony style, which I think a
I
lot of the
mean,
game kind of is.
listen,
It's
listen.
What's
The
up?
most games for Sonic are already on Nintendo platforms. Let me, as a PS5 owner, have this. I need this.
Yeah, that's how we got Sonic 06. So
That was Xbox. That was not us. That was you people over
that
there,
was just them
Jeremy.
putting it on a current console.
That was you.
yeah,
That was you green people
it
over
went to
there.
PS.
I'm about to say,
It was on a
We don't
PS3
talk about that
eventually.
because
yeah,
eventually.
and it was
But
at
we
that
did have
time it
Sonic
was still
Forces,
bad.
so
Um, it definitely, see, because I desperately want this to be good, and I'm sure it's got a couple more months of polishing that needs to be done, or maybe this is like early footage or something. But maybe it just does need a little bit of like, I don't know. Somebody made a good point. There's like they said there's no momentum. Like you have to boost in order to like go down a hill fast. Like there's no dynamic momentum. It's just like Sonic just runs at the same speed. But then I'm like, I feel like that's also a little bit nitpicky.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
It's whatever. As long as, I mean, it looks fun, and as long as the game is fun, that's fine. I'll be perfectly happy with it. But that's all I really care about.
I kind of want a good game.
I kind of
I mean, yes, no, I want it to be good.
watching that first trailer and then some of the combat stuff. The game felt kind of, as I put it in here, kind of slow and disconnected a little bit. And then it feels like, have you ever seen where people will take a game and they mod it just to put Sonic in there, but like the music and the gameplay doesn't really fit like a Sonic. It's just like, oh, he's there and he's jumping and doing stuff he shouldn't normally be. Kind of felt like that
Yeah,
to me.
I feel that, and it also kind of feels like they took a step back. Like when Sonic Adventure first came out, and with all the while Sonic Adventure One was really fun, it had its sort of jank to it. And I feel like we've gone exactly right back to Sonic Adventure 1 with this giant open world concept.
I mean, I think I honestly do think there's going to be better stuff with the game. I'm not saying like, oh, this means it's going to be horrible. I'm just kind of like, why did Sega make the choice to unveil it this way? Like,
Money.
Yeah, that too.
make
Money.
a
That's
trailer
weird.
to show off the clips, show that, then let IGN kind of show off some stuff. What'd you say, Mon? Oh, money.
It was money.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Money. Mucho dinero.
I will say though, here's the formula for Sonic success. Just keep remaking Sonic Heroes with new Sonic characters.
Oh Lord.
Keep adding the teams.
He's not wrong, though.
There you go. And then maybe throw a Sonic Riders 3 in there just to switch it up sometimes.
Please, I would love that,
Hey,
actually.
and, oh my god. And then make more soundtracks for it. Oh yes. Okay. Let me be in charge of this, Sega. Let me be in charge of your like R&R or DNR or whatever it's called. Research and R&D.
Do not resuscitate. Some people are probably thinking they want that with the Sonic series.
Let me be your R&D person. I got you. Here's what the people want.
Oh Lord.
And for the love of goodness, put a chili cheese dog in the game. We've never had a Sonic game on chili cheese dog.
That's true.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to say there's been one
Really?
in there somewhere. I want to say there was one in Sonic Generations, wasn't there? Because they were eating at the
Yes,
table.
actually, he's correct.
Oh,
Yeah, he's correct.
Schooled
He's
you on
actually
that
correct.
one. That's like the worst.
Only one of
schooling
us
ever.
has the Sonic tattoo, Jeremy.
Ooh,
What?
but actually,
No.
also,
Hold on, I want to hear this
Sonic
insult.
and the
Oh,
Hold
Black.
on, what?
I said only one of us
No,
has
Sonic
the
and the
Sonic
Black.
tattoo.
Oh, okay. I don't have any tattoos, so you went on that one automatically.
Aha! It's on my butt.
What?
Sonic and the Black Knight. He had two chili dogs.
Oh, there you go.
That game
No
doesn't
good
exist.
cutscene.
What is Sonic and the Black Knight?
Yes, it does.
What is that? It's like that other fake game, the Secret Rings, that people keep telling me exists, but I can't find it. I don't think
That
they're
one was
real.
horrible.
Black Knight actually wasn't. It's bad, but not
I don't
that
know.
bad.
Sonic
It's
Generations
not
is one of my
06.
favorite ones.
Sonic will be successful because forever it'll be, at least it's not 06.
I will actually be shocked if there's another Sonic game that's worse.
I don't think they
than
could,
06.
unless they make him fall in love with another princess.
Oh.
Or sorry, make another princess fall in love with him.
At least they learned their lesson and fixed the movies.
Yeah, the
I still
movies
got
are
to watch
great.
the second.
It's
I still
true.
have to watch the second one. It's on Paramount
It's so
Plus. I
good.
need to watch it this weekend.
It's pretty
So
good.
good.
I've heard it was good.
Yeah. Watch both end credit scenes.
Yeah, I already had that spoiled.
Oh, wow. Someone sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, people do suck. They just post it up there. You're like, oh, come on.
We got a fart on him.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm off a lot of medicine right now.
Look, I'll take you being on meds and saying a fart joke as long as you don't pull a Roseanne where you're just, saying really bad stuff.
Oh, no, that couldn't be me. Hey,
I'm like, I'm on that kind of meds. Come on.
not on opioids.
Yeah. I'm not pulling a racism.
Racism.
Roseanne was weird. So, next up, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet get a trailer. This was back on Wednesday. And
Yeah.
I was impressed. I thought it looked really good. Releasing worldwide on Friday, November 18th of this year. What were we going to say there, Amon?
Oh, sorry. I mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I just had some things I could say, but I can do it after we go through it.
Okay. This is kind of a modern take on the open world of Pokemon Legends Arceus. It seems to have kind of a past and future motif with in the world, and the professors shown. There's a cableman dressed one and a future scientist dressed guy, and each one will be in each of the different versions. So you have to kind of pick which one it is. And I think Scarlet is the cableman, and Violet is the future guy.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. There's like a few towns, what appears to be a school, a few different environments are shown. Snow, lava fields, mountains, caves, beaches, etc. Normal Pokemon stuff. Looks like there might be a day and night cycle, or at least modes available when you go to certain areas, because I saw some change in that, along with variable weather, which was a thing in Arceus as well. Random encounter fights are back with some of the NPCs, which is kind of neat.
Nope.
And then there's like Pokemon convenience store stands that are spread around the world. So I don't know if this is replacing the Poke Centers.
I don't know if they'll replace them entirely, but I guess we don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, it might, but I guess we can
Yeah, because
see.
I mean, like, remember in Arceus, they just did it where you had your little campgrounds and you'd go there.
Yeah.
And this is almost like just a higher tech version of the campgrounds, it seems like.
Which I'd be okay with that.
Could
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah.
That way everyone's in the world. You're not having to worry about, rendering out or leaving it.
True.
Because you can actually have now 4-player co-op while you're playing.
I'm so excited
all three
about
of us plus one other person could hop into the game together, run around, and do things. I don't know what that means for play-wise. Are there going to be 4-player free-for-all battles, 2-on-2s? I know you can catch Pokemon while you're running around doing it. And then they actually showed a pig named LeChunk, and I'm happy.
Everyone loves
just the fact they had the cojones to name a pig LeChunk.
Huh.
Oh,
So,
go for
one
it.
of my favorites. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying go for it. Like, go ahead and
Okay.
You guys have anything to say? Go for it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say one of my favorite things were. Sorry. One of my favorite things were that the care they put into this, like as someone of a person of color, the diversity they put into the characters this time was so nice. Like it wasn't just like the same character, but like a different like MS Paint. It was like actual different features. So I was like, heck yeah.
Well, they're
Like,
learning. They're doing better. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna get it day one, so it'll be a fun time.
I think I am as well. I don't know which one I'm going to play first. I know I'm going to probably end up buying the double pack. Because whichever one I don't play, my wife will take.
Well, I was about to say, it was same with me. I might get a double pack just because I have a wife now.
Yeah.
But I don't know which version. I got to figure out which Pokemon.
Okay.
I got to figure out which Pokemon will be. In
my lightsaber one's violet, so it's gonna get violet, and I'm gonna get.
Oh, okay. Talking to your lightsaber.
I'm gonna let my wife choose. Actually, you know what? Purple is her favorite color. I guarantee she's gonna take violet just because. So I guess I'm playing the cave guy, cave woman.
I hate the legendary, Scarlet because it looks like a motorcycle.
They both are. They both look like motorcycles.
They both look like. Yeah.
One of them's kind of a future style, one with rockets. The other one is more of a old school style. But they both look like motorcycle salamanders.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know how I feel about those, but I'm not too worried about the legendaries being the big part of the game because that's not really what draws me to it.
True.
So, turns out in this one, they're going to pull a Monster Hunter, and you can just ride your Pokemon in the middle of battle and then do your monster moves or whatever. It's a Monster Hunter story.
Maybe an enhanced version of Arceus. You can ride the Pokemon, and I can fight on them. I don't know. I really like the direction the games have been taking. Like Arceus, I got so wrapped up in that one more than I thought I would, and played a good bit of it, finished the story, and kept playing for a little while before I finally put it down. But I mean, if they're going to keep going with that kind of style of game, I think that's going to work out really well for the series. It looks like they've kind of fixed a lot of the issues of how it ran, because at least it looks a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still expecting, probably some open areas that you're going to have a lot of pop in.
Yeah.
Maybe some texture stuff, but I don't know. I had fun with it. So what are you guys' thoughts on it?
I'm excited. My friend who doesn't play Pokemon ever, Zach, said he's going to get it. So he's interested in the 4-player co-op. So I'm excited. And it will actually make me play it day one. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm also excited. I just wish. I'm sure closer to the release date, we'll get to see which Pokemon are exclusive to what version, and that's probably which one I'll choose. So
I mean, I never really let that bother me anymore because we're gonna have multiple copies in the house to trade with. So if I really want one bad enough, I'll make one of the kids get me one. Because I'm sure Jeremy's gonna buy 2 copies, and he'll let John play one of them, and then I'm gonna have 2 copies and let Amanda play one of them, but then she won't play it, and she'll let Jennifer play it. So yeah, that's how it's gonna happen. That's the nature of Pokemon in my house.
I always get stuck buying the one that my other friend who collects them, Logan, doesn't open. So this time I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to get this one so you can get that one. Because I did not want to get Shield, but I got Shield. So this time I'm going to get the one that I want, which I don't know which one I want, but
I got
we'll
both.
find out.
I think I played Sword. I think Amanda played Shield.
Yeah.
What little she played of it.
Yeah, say.
So I think the at least this, I don't know, like this is kind of a good contrast where Pokemon came out and this is how they presented the game finally and showed it. We understand a lot more of the mechanics, how the game looks, how everything runs, versus like how Sega did with Sonic. Like
Yeah.
it's such a night and day for how they did this. I really do hope that Sonic game is good, but they really got to
Yeah.
work on how they set that up.
I'm used to disappointment with Sonic, so the movies are good.
You can't hurt me
Yeah.
Well, they can always hurt you.
anymore.
All right. So, last actual news story we have for tonight is the Sony State of Play that happened yesterday. This was a 30-minute long event that was focused mostly on third-party games, as well as some PlayStation VR 2, which still will not give us information on. Not to spoil that, but starting off pretty strong, they announced a Resident Evil 4 remake coming out March 24th, 2023. So they're just completely skipping right over Code Veronica. Code Veronica deserves a remake. That game was good. I loved that game on the Dreamcast.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, thank you. I was like, man, don't make me be the only one here. I will wave that flag by myself if I must. But nope, Amon's there with me. Sick as ever.
I can't breathe.
But Resident Evil 4 remake coming out. It's not listed as an exclusive. They never mentioned for almost every game. I think every game they did not mention as being exclusive tonight, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They did say PlayStation VR 2 content is coming for it. That will be exclusive, which makes sense. But I have a feeling this is also coming out on Xbox and probably PC. Because it's pretty much running on the same engine as the RE2 and RE3 remake. So why would you not? The tools are there. So We'll see. Excuse me, throat's all dry. PSVR 2 games. There was 4 of those in development that they announced. Resident Evil Village is getting. They didn't say if this was an exclusive VR edition, which I think it probably will be, or if it's going to be available as an update for those that already bought the game, but be prepared to double dip. The Walking Dead, Saint and Sinners Chapter 2 Redemption, coming out in 2022. This one I looked up is coming for PSVR and PSVR 2. Probably also going to be on like Oculus Quest and stuff like that as well. You guys ever played these games, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners?
Nope.
They're really fun. Like you have to kind of, as you're making your way through this sunken part of Louisiana and New Orleans and stuff, as you're clearing out zombies and doing stuff, your equipment can break and it becomes harder and harder. You can rest, like go to sleep to heal up some, but when you do that, the zombies reset. So you have to kind of see how long you can go without that happening. And it's a good challenge. You have to find different ways to get through stuff and kind of work with your environment. I really like it, so I'm curious how this is going to be. Next up, they showed No Man's Sky, which is getting a PS5 specific update for the PlayStation VR 2.
Okay.
No Man's Sky is already on PSVR for PC as well for VR. So this one's just kind of focused on that and will let you use direct feedback and things with the new controllers, which is great. I love playing No Man's Sky. That game's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. I played a lot on PC.
Nice. We need to actually play together sometime because you can crossplay.
Yeah.
Horizon VR, Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain.
It looks interesting. I mean, I liked how it, some of it played out. I want to see some more on it. But once again, I think this is the only one that was PSVR 2 exclusive because it's being made by Sony for their hardware. But it takes place in the Horizon Forbidden West. that environment as you're playing as like a criminal that was going to trial, that you have to then explore this mountain to find out why the robotic creatures are rampaging.
It's very interesting that they're allowing kind of more side stories for Horizon, for just the Horizon world in general. It means that they want to do this long term, or at least it seems like it. So it's very interesting.
I'm curious, like they kept pointing out that this would be PSVR 2 exclusive, but I'm kind of wondering if this is eventually going to come out to VR for PC, because the other Horizon games
I
are
can
coming
see
out
it.
on PC. You know,
I can see it definitely happening.
probably. Next up, they talked about Horizon Forbidden West update launching yesterday, actually, for PS4, PS4 Pro, and PS5. They have a performance mode, which is PS5 and PS4 Pro only, which gives you better resolutions and better frame rate. Transmog outfits, which you can switch how your outfits look, reset skills for redistribute your skill points, and ultra hard difficulty, because people just like that for some reason.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no, that's just too much for me. New Game Plus is added, where you can start the game with end equipment and skills, and then new weapons and trophies.
Cool.
You guys play Horizon Forbidden West much?
I played the OG, but not the new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say didn't get around to beat the original, because of course that's just my life. Want to play Forbidden West really bad. I just need to go back and finish. That's all.
Yeah, I need to get that one. I didn't finish the first one either.
Oh, good. I'm not alone on this.
Well, I started playing it. I was like, well, this is really good. And then they came up with the first update for Breath of the Wild. And I went, okay, I'm going back to that now. And I never went back.
Yeah.
I just played more Breath of the Wild. They were like,
Yeah.
they gave me a motorcycle.
Vroom, vroom.
Hey, that motorcycle was great. But yeah, I need to, especially now I have a PS5, I can play it on there and it's supposed to play a lot better.
Yeah.
But speaking of games that play a lot better and other stuff, Spider-Man Remastered is coming to PC August 12th, 2022, which this game, the Remastered on PS5, is phenomenal. Like, it just plays beautifully, looks great, ray tracing, all that stuff. Now that's coming to PC, and some people are really pissed about this.
Yeah.
Because Insomniac had made a tweet like a couple years ago saying that it's only going to be on PlayStation 4. It's not coming to anything else. Well, obviously it's already on PS5. That probably doesn't count, but it's technically already proven them wrong. But, it's not going to come to Xbox. They were right about that, but it is coming to PC. And the cool thing is Miles Morales is listed for fall of this year as well.
Yeah.
They didn't announce that in the trailer for some reason. They only announced that on the PlayStation blog afterwards.
Huh.
But this is part of the push that Sony's been doing for more PC games of their titles. By 2025, they're supposed to release up to a third of their main titles on PC.
Oh, wow.
With Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, God of War already on PC, with Uncharted Legacy of Thieves coming later this year. So,
cool.
I mean, people that are playing on PC are going to get like the best of both parts in there,
Hannah Montana.
Say what?
I said Hannah Montana. You get the best of both worlds.
God.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let that one go. Don't you dance on this.
Oh.
That's fine. You can dance. I'll allow it.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm not going to dance. I'm too white for that.
Oh, Lord.
That's what you'd be saying if you see me trying to dance. You'd be like, oh, no. Oh, no.
Justin Timberlake is white.
I skin color alone. Dancing skills say otherwise.
Yeah.
There's a mutation there.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy.
Oh. The next game, this one I was actually really liking. Like, I'm really interested in this one. It's called Stray. Coming to PS4 and PS5 July 19th. It's basically a cyberpunk world of robots, but you're a cat that can explore and make deliveries. And I gotta say, this game just looks phenomenal.
Yeah, cats are dope.
It looks really fun. I mean, when I first saw the trailer, like however many years ago that trailer came out, I was like, you know what? That looks very interesting. I don't think we've had like a quadrupedal cat antagonist
Right?
before.
So, what are you gonna do, Strange? Are you gonna dust off your PS4? Or are you gonna buy a PS5?
I don't know. If I could get a
Yeah,
PS5, I
There's
would.
some at
But
Best
problem.
Buy the
they're
other
not
day,
anywhere.
like in
So
store.
yeah, they're probably
Well,
gone
yeah.
now.
I mean,
so.
if you told me you were looking for one, I could get you one like next week.
I'm always
That's
okay, I'll
my
call you
secret.
next time.
I'm
Sorry.
always hunting for it. I'm
Actually, I
going to be
might be
playing it
able
on
to get you one
PS5,
tomorrow.
obviously, but I really want to give this one a try. I hope it gets a physical release, but I have a feeling it's going to be a digital only. It is one of the ones that, like, if you've got one of the higher tier PlayStation Plus accounts or whatever that it's included with, I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to buy it outright because I'm not messing with that whole thing yet.
That's fair.
This next game is called the Callisto Protocol. This is a space-based survival horror for PS4 and PS5 coming out December 2nd from the same people that were working on the Dead Space remake, which kind of makes sense now that you look at how that game looked. Like, it was super detailed, very creepy looking with like body horror and mutations and stuff going on. For a moment,
say, yeah, you know what? Doesn't look like it's for me.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it.
Nope.
Well,
I'm good.
Well, the funny thing is, I found out afterwards who had developed it. Even while watching it, I was like, man, this kind of reminds me, like, is this more of the Dead Space trailer?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes sense. It's the same people doing it. It's kind of a weird timing, though, because it'll be coming out just a little bit before, like about a month or so before the Dead Space remake's supposed to launch. So it feels like they're kind
my
of
friend
double
Zach
dipping on
is
it.
like really excited about it.
Who was?
Zach, he's really, apparently got pushed back. It was supposed to come out earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was like really upset about it, but like I guess he was really happy as well, but kind of sad. Yeah.
This is kind of the first I've seen of it. Like, maybe I missed it before. Next up was another one I was kind of interested in. I was confused at first. It took me a minute to figure out what was going on. Roller Drome, coming out for PS4 and PS5, August 16th. This is from Roll 7, the same developers of Ollie Ollie World, which is a great game, by the way. It's a roller skating arena shooter. Seems to be single player, and they call it a skater shooter.
It kind of reminds me of My Friend
Oh,
Pedro,
yeah.
mixed with like Tony Hawk.
Huh.
It's such a weird
That's
game.
like, yeah, like a 3D
Okay.
version of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Looks
good description.
interesting,
That's a
though.
good comparison there. Yeah, I want to play it. It just looks really unique. Like, I'm kind of curious about the slowing down time, doing flips while you're like shooting at stuff.
Yeah, that does look really cool. I kind of want to give it a try. It looks like better Splatoon to me.
Did you say better Splatoon?
Yes.
You get off the show right now. Better Splatoon. Well, you are sick.
Yeah.
I was like, there's nothing Splatoon about it.
That's
Oh,
why
he's
it's
starting to fight. I'll tell you that much. No playing Splatoon. No, that's a blood splatter. We're just killing each other here.
Ooh, let me pass the controller.
Next up, this one is definitely not up my alley,
Ooh.
but it's Eternite. Oh, come on,
Really?
you know me. Eternites for PS4 and PS5, early 2023. It's an anime
looks
action
like-
and dating sim game.
I'm gonna play it.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you lost me at dating sim. I mean, but it looks really cool though. But you know what? The combat looks good enough, but then there's a there's a little what do they call those little visual novel style?
I guarantee Jeremy Jr. is going to be playing this.
I'm gonna play it.
He's going to pick
Oh,
this
of
up probably
course.
on his PS4, play it on my PS4 Pro.
I will get it on my PS5.
I hope you enjoy it.
I mean, it
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 looked
looks
interesting,
fun.
but it's just,
I just-
doesn't seem like my cup of tea. It's not really the kind of games I usually like to play.
I feel like as a kid.
I have nothing against
Yeah,
them.
I'm gonna
It's
get it
just
in it.
not me, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's probably close to akin to Persona. If you ever played the Persona games.
Which, dear God, Jeremy is all about. So that's why I'm like, that's what he's going to
You
do. I'm
not
trying to
played
play
the Persona
Persona.
games?
I'm slowly working through Persona 5.
Oh, it's a good
Jeremy's bought me like so many of the Persona games trying to get me to play them, which I love them to death. I'm trying, but my ADHD and RPGs are just not a good mix. I try so hard.
That's fair.
I'm still shocked I made it through Xenoblade and Caleb hasn't.
Same. Honestly, I don't know how I beat it before him. I think this is the only game I beat before you.
We're just gonna keep picking on him. He's like, I hate you guys.
Yeah.
It's fine.
This next game, I was very confused by their trailer until
Same.
the end of it. But Street Fighter 6 coming out for
Yep.
PS4 and PS5, also with a full trailer showing coming out for Xbox Series X and S and Steam, but not listed for Xbox One. Interestingly,
Yep.
so I kind of wonder why they're doing that. But at first, like I guess this is going to have different weird modes to it. I thought it was like a Final Fight game at first, the way they were showing stuff and you're running around the street and doing things.
I don't like their faces.
Just don't like their faces. That's a good reaction.
You saw what happened, right?
My only
Say
They
what?
changed their faces to like realism. They're no longer like animated.
Didn't they do that in 5?
Yeah, I don't think so.
there was a non-realistic style still kind of there, but in 5, but no, I know what he means. Like they do look really different.
I hate it.
I don't hate it per se. My only wish is that it doesn't just get microtransaction the crap out of it like 5 was.
Yeah. Even if they do stuff like that, I hope they would at least do like, all right, Street Fighter 4 is probably my favorite one. That had DLC and updates, and I think there was like 3 versions that got released. 3 or 4. Yeah, the original, there was arcade, ultimate, all that stuff. As long as they release stuff like that so you can get the collections and eventually get a complete game. So like on 360, I have the full version of Street Fighter 4 with everything on it. I just put the disc in and I'm good. I don't have to worry about it being online. I get to play that game. It's part of why I never bothered getting 5, because you can't do that. Eventually it'll be locked down to whatever normal stuff, and it's going to suffer like Killer Instinct did.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct was a great game, so laden with DLC that you cannot buy a full version of it. There's no point. You know?
Sad face.
So
At least it's not Mirror's Edge.
what was wrong with Mirror's Edge?
I don't know.
I was like, that's a totally different genre. Like, where did that come from?
Just at least it's not Mirror's
Apparently,
Edge.
no one bought it like the last one.
I wasn't much for the last one, but I played the original. I
Yeah,
like
no, the
that one.
original was great, but no one bought the last one.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah. See, at least it's not Mirror's Edge. We came back full circle.
I was like, I don't know
Yay.
how we got there, but okay.
If I BS, then I'll get through. That's my slogan.
So I'm debating. I might go ahead and I want to see a little bit more of Street Fighter 6. I'm glad they changed the logo because it was like a weird
Yeah, S.
Corel
Okay.
draw, like basic logo that somebody used.
Yeah.
So now they've managed to change the VI for 6, and they managed to rotate it where it's an actual part of a 6 in the design. And I was like, okay, that's
Yeah,
smart.
no, it looks
That's
good.
a good design.
Yeah.
Well, they put effort into it finally. It felt lazy before.
Maximum effort.
Next up was
Tekken's
Tunic.
still better.
Say what?
I said Tekken's still better, though.
We'll see. We'll see. I prefer Soul Calibur to Tekken.
Oh, yeah. Okay, facts. You're a real one. Facts.
Smash Brothers better than all. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to that one.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It's actually Nicktoons Brawl.
Yeah, I said better than actual games, not cash-ins.
Lord. Horrible game.
We can all
But
agree
yeah.
it's probably better than the Warner Brothers one.
That was actually pretty fun. We
No,
played the
Warner Bros.
alpha.
is actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Multiverse, yeah.
But this
Multiverse
is
is
so
actually
weird
pretty
to me.
good.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm still going back and playing Smash. Next up was a game called Tunic for PS4 and PS5 coming out September 27th. This is like a Legend of Zelda style game with a little fox in a tunic. It looked adorable.
Yes, and I don't know if it's out on other platforms already or if it's on PC or something, but apparently the gimmick is you get a guidebook, but you can't read it. So you kind of have to learn how to read the guidebook.
Really?
Okay.
So, it's like, okay, yeah, it's like an in-game instruction manual, but you can't read it. but you learn how to read it basically. But it's not like it changes for you. You yourself as a person have to learn how to read it.
This is almost like Al-Bed from Final Fantasy X, like where you learn the language over the game.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys remember that? Please tell me I did
Yes.
not just make a Final Fantasy reference that no one else got,
No.
because I would feel horrible about that.
No, I heard you. I just can't breathe. But yes.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
agreeing. Yeah, I said yeah. That was.
This is why I wanted Rachel on here tonight too, because I knew Final Fantasy stuff she'd be all over.
I'll
So,
get excited when we get to the thing.
I'm glad one of us will be excited because I was not too impressed. But that's me.
Yeah.
Next up was Season, A Letter to the Future, coming to PS4 and PS5 autumn 2022. Was not clear about this game whatsoever. I'm not
Made
really
no
sure
sense.
what's going on.
I don't. No, I looked at the trailer.
Yeah,
I was like,
I watched the full trailer and I'm like, I still don't get it. But
I have no idea. Like,
well, we'll find out eventually.
yeah, someone will play it on Twitch.
Someone will understand what's happening.
I hope somebody
Somewhere at
enjoys
some
it. That's all that
point.
matters. And the last game they showed was Final Fantasy 16, coming out summer 2023. Like I said, it's kind of flashy, but hasn't really interested me yet with the way the gameplay goes for a lot of these newer Final Fantasies. It's just kind of all flash and not as much substance to me. It's not listed as an exclusive anymore.
But Ifrit, though.
No, I mean, the character designs and stuff were great. I'm not arguing that at all. Like the summons and things looked beautiful, and they usually do. But it's kind of feels like the same thing with Final Fantasy VII for me, where gameplay wise, it wasn't the biggest thing for me. A lot of what people seemed to like was the flash and
True.
how that looked. I wanted something that
I
was
hate
fun
the
to
gameplay
play.
of Final Fantasy VII.
You what?
I hate the gameplay of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my god, someone agrees with me. I felt 7 was better as a portable game. I think I played it more on like a PSP and my Switch than I have on consoles.
Yeah, doing the remaster where you can switch between the fight styles and how you play it, I was like, okay, good.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on playing. I want to see if they fix some of that. I tried playing it on PS4 and I wasn't much for it. I'm waiting for the Xbox one to come out, which may be soon. They actually took off the exclusive stuff on the website recently. And we got a Microsoft event coming up here soon. But you guys are more into the Final Fantasy stuff, so I want you guys to talk more about this one, and so we can kind of get your thoughts on it. So go for it.
Okay, so my relationship with Final Fantasy is extensive. Final Fantasy dates back to my youth. Having older siblings, they put me on. It was the one before Cloud got his cord. I think it was Zack. Like when Zack was still alive, his story. Which one was that?
That was the PSP game. That was Final Fantasy Crisis Core.
Yeah, Crisis Core.
Dear Lord, that was the one you played as a child?
That was the first one I played.
Oh, God, I played an actual NES cartridge. I feel old as crap right now.
No. So that was the first one I played. And then I went back to the beginning because, like I said, my siblings are like your age, Jeremy, if not older. So, well, they're probably older, I think, actually. So they were like,
I'm older
yo,
than Final Fantasy.
Here's the NES. Like, you got to play it from the beginning now. So I was like, dope. So outside of like I've gotten into the MMO. Like, I need to get, like, I'm halfway through where I need to be in the MMO. Like, Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, 16, be looking fire, though. So that's probably going to get all my attention.
It does look really good. I just want to see a little bit more of the actual gameplay instead of just like quick flashes of it. This kind of feels still like they're just showing the cinematics off, which is great. Don't get me wrong, Square does absolutely beautiful animation.
Yeah, they totally just showed off the cinematics.
Oh, yeah.
Like seeing Ifrit, seeing Homegirl, Ice Chick, whose name I always forget. Bahamut, everybody. What is Homegirl's Ice Chick name?
I just blanked on her name too as soon as you said that. I'm like, I keep thinking Ice Chick now.
Yeah, I love her though. I love her so much I forgot her name.
Shiva?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe?
I think Ice, like a Shiv.
Shiva is the ice god.
I remember it by like a shiv, like an ice shake, like an ice pick.
Oh,
it all
there you
goes
go.
back to violence for me.
There's Ramiel, I
Yeah.
think is the old guy.
Bahamut.
Bahamut.
Yeah, I love
Love
Bahamut. I
Bahamut.
love Ifrit. I love Ifrit.
Ifrit. I can never remember the harpy
Love
girl,
her
harpy
too.
goddess's name ever. Shiva,
Yeah.
I will say
Leviathan
most
is
of
the
these
water
show up
one.
in Smash Brothers with Cloud,
Titan.
which makes it
Titan,
better than
that's
the
what it was.
Nickelodeon one.
You said what? Yeah.
the Final Fantasy VII stage in Smash
Oh, yeah.
Brothers, they all show up
Right.
and do stuff.
Back to y'all talking about Final Fantasy. Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
No, you're good.
But
Say, well, my relationship with Final Fantasy isn't as extensive or anything. It's actually kind of short in the relative scheme of Final Fantasy and things. Back when we were doing Nerd Edification Hour and Rachel just wouldn't stop talking about Final Fantasy 15, how amazing it was and how amazing it's going to be, and it looked really cool. So I tried it out, and I was subsequently burned by the ending of the game. I actually finished it. Every part in the middle was amazing, and then the ending happened, and I was sorely let down by this was pre-story patch, by the way, when they went back and later patched it through, and I'm just like, welp. And then later on, a couple of my friend groups, or a couple of people in my friend group, drugged me into Final Fantasy 14, which I finished Heaven's Ward, and I haven't really gone back to continue it at all. Just
Queen was playing it.
but 16 does, yeah, 16 does look interesting to me. I like the combat style. I guess technically the other Final Fantasy stuff I've played is like not even Final Fantasy stuff, like Kingdom Hearts and World
Yeah.
Ends With You and that kind of thing.
you
So
mean Square Enix?
Squeenix.
yeah, just Square in general. But I mean, they're all connected. Like World Ends With You gets connected to Kingdom Hearts, which is connected to Final.
You
Anyways,
spoiled
you know.
so much for so many
So.
people. You did, kind of,
No, I
actually.
didn't.
But
No, I
Okay, I
didn't.
could
There's
sit here
literally
and tell
nothing.
everybody
Anyways.
exactly what happens in Kingdom Hearts, and you still wouldn't understand and be confused.
that's true.
I would be confused, and I would be somehow explaining it. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Because Disney.
Because
of
darkness
drugs,
and
probably,
heartless
and
and
writers.
kingdom.
It's just a lot of cocaine and writers, and that's it. That's why they do it. So,
But no, it looks interesting. I want the Attack on Titan Final Fantasy game.
Just play Call of Duty
I'm ready
instead.
for it.
Yes, there
There's no
is.
Titans in there. What?
I'm not even lying. Call of
Just
Duty
on
did a
Titanfall.
Attack on Titan crossover.
oh yeah, you're talking about the Titans like Godzilla and stuff.
No, I'm talking about like Attack on Titan.
Oh, I'm talking like actual Titans from Titanfall. That's what I want. I
Oh,
want those
same.
mechs.
I want Titanfall 3, dang it.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3.
Titanfall 3 would be great.
I also want a good Jackie Chan Adventures game.
Good what?
Jackie Chan Adventures game.
A good Jackie Chan.
That's one I haven't heard in a while. All right, so just in general, what do you guys think about this state of play?
I don't know. It was all right. Yeah, I mean, cool. Some stuff's cool. Other stuff like that doesn't apply to me, and then other stuff is like, what is happening? I don't even know. So
I'm not like disappointed in it because they were very clear beforehand, at least they were to me, that there'd be some PSVR news and there'd be third party announcements with a little bit of first party, which is what we got. I wasn't expecting massive announcements like this was going to be their E3 replacement presser, but I kind of want them to quit jerking us around about the PSVR 2. Like, I get if they're not going to give us a release date right away, but at least tell us how much it's going to cost. Because I want to make sure I have the money put back, because they're probably just going to shadow drop this like they did the PS5.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, hey, surprise, here it is. Oh, we've already made it available 10 minutes ago and it's already been bought up by scalpers somehow. I want a chance to at least know how much money I need.
Yeah.
But they're still coy about it.
speaking of scalpers, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, have they dropped it yet?
I don't know.
Why? I want it.
They haven't dropped that yet, but VR2, we'll find out about that. And then but they've announced games for this year. So either they're going to be releasing where they're only available on the old hardware first, or it'll have to be out sometime this year. You know, that's what I'm hoping, at least for 2022.
I feel like it'll come out holiday season.
Maybe. But if they don't give me a price and an idea of when that's going to be, I'm going to start putting money back for other stuff.
Like a lightsaber.
We'll see. Maybe.
Go to Disney.
Yeah, I bought a proton pack. I'm doing a whole suit for Ghostbusters.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my thing. All right, so
Yeah, I guess Sith robes.
I want to see it.
What did you say, Caleb?
I said I
It's
want
not
to
here
see it.
yet. It's not here.
I
When
mean,
it gets
the
here, yeah,
proton-
trust me, you'll see it.
No,
Yeah,
I meant
sure.
like later.
I want to
Yeah,
see
when
it
it
next
gets here.
Tuesday.
When it gets here.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Uh-huh.
I want it on my desk.
Lord. All right, so the last thing I wanted to talk about with our roundtable this week, given the Sony presser, Sony, when they released the PS5, they had that whole "we believe in generations" comment where they were big about, oh, we're going to have PS5 only games, we're going to be dropping the PS4, and trying to, because the way Xbox was doing it for the first 2 years, development would be across original Xbox One all the way to Series X and Series S, so there could be a transition period. Well, that is not how things have kind of worked out. Every game on this list that they showed off is coming to PS4 and PS5. I think only one of them was maybe PS5 because of PSVR 2, and Final Fantasy 16 is probably PS5 and Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
But with more and more titles being developed just for current gen platforms, because we're getting, like, the new Star Wars is only going to be newer systems, do you feel the transition is too fast or too slow given the general scaling of the hardware, that we have now, versus just the general difficulty of getting this new hardware?
Okay. Excuse
You're
me.
like, I have things to say but can't talk.
Yes. I feel like it depends on which side of the spectrum you're on. As a PS5 owner, I feel like I want more exclusives. But when I didn't have a PS5, I felt like, it's okay because there's not really a need to get one. So, but I would say that I feel like it's at the appropriate pace, because it still gives people time to get one and stuff with the whole chip shortage and whatnot and the scalpers. So I feel like they said they're about to roll out some more PS5s. So getting ready into 2023, I feel like there'll be more, opportunity to get one, which will be more exclusives. And I feel like that's why some of these games got pushed back as well, because they're like, okay, this cannot, this can't go out on PS4. It's just too intensive heavy. Which, is fine because the PS4 at this point is almost like, what, 10 years old?
Yeah, I mean, because they're pushing like a lot of the current ones, like Gran Turismo 7, God of War,
Yeah.
Horizon. Those were all available on PS4 and on PS5.
So, like, if you wanted a PS5 and you couldn't get one, like, if you've saved, I saw this thing is like, if you saved $5 a month to when the PS5 first dropped, you can afford one now. Not at scalper price, but like at, normal price. Whether that's not true or not, well, I think it was something like if you say like $5 a paycheck. I don't think it was a month, but like if you say $5 a
Regardless,
paycheck.
that's still a lot of money to be able to save up that slowly to afford a console. Like, to be that long that we haven't been able to find them is kind of not good.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying if like someone wants one, like
Right.
So I feel like no one should be complaining and be like, oh, like there are too many. I don't feel like anybody's complaining that there's too many PS5 exclusives, like at all.
Well, there's not really that many of them.
Exactly. So if you complain, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of them, and those have been nice. And there's a couple games that are only on Series X and Series S that aren't on Xbox One, but those have been very minimal. But at least on the Microsoft side, we kind of knew that's what they were developing for. Like, I think Halo Infinite would have been better if they had just made it just for the newer systems.
I agree.
Like, it runs on the older ones, but I think it could have scaled better.
I agree.
Sony's issue is, like you said, getting the consoles out there. because they wanted to focus on making PS5s, but they can't get the parts together right now, so they can't meet the demand that people want these. So if they're making games for systems people can't get, the only way they can make money is they had to bring back development for PS4. So they're still making PS4s now, so that people can try and buy those at least to be able to play some of these titles. So they're actively getting people buying older systems new. They're going to need games to play on those, but there's already a library, so I guess that's one thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think by normal circumstances, we would have already been current gen only at this point, with very few exceptions, FIFA and stuff like that. But I think COVID, as well as just not being able to get the parts and the focuses the company's made, has made this a more difficult decision than it used to be.
It's definitely created a very interesting situation. I don't think anybody's really kind of seen before, and I know a lot of times we try to talk about like backwards compatibility. Well, if we're still making games for the last generation, I guess you don't really need that. Not that I think anybody's planning on doing it anymore, really, at this point. But yeah, like me, I haven't been able to just get one because I don't know, you got to go through channels and everything because of all the scalpers, and I just wonder where all the PS5s are at. Where are they at?
Where are there were a bunch at Best Buy the other day.
I've not seen those yet, but
it's okay. The employees can't even get them.
Yeah, I bet. But like, I don't know. They're going to have to work on their actual getting hardware out there before they can move on. Because like, imagine if this whole show had been just PS5 games. Cool, Amon, you and I would be looking at it going, hey, we can play these. Caleb would not give a damn because he wouldn't be able to play them.
Yeah.
You can have an interest because almost all of these games are available for you to play. So Sony can make money off that development and those being sold. But if it was PS5 only, their market would be a lot smaller. And I don't think there's enough systems for either of the companies out right now to keep them afloat just on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's going to be a mess regardless. And I know people are going to, be upset and demanding for it, but we're just going to have to be in a long, weirder cross generation, I think, this time. Any other thoughts?
I think all we can do is wait and be our best selves.
Yep.
And breathe.
All right.
Hopefully.
So, breathe, yeah. So last episode we talked about we were giving away a copy of Nintendo Switch Sports. And we actually do have a winner. We had asked people to follow at Zenspath Pod on Twitter and then tweet a screenshot or picture of you leaving a review of the show on your favorite podcast app. They include the hashtag Zenspath giveaway. And then, today it's June 3rd, but we're doing it on June 4th. We'll announce the winner. So the winner is the dad guy at MDC_IRL. I already sent him a digital code for Nintendo Switch Sports, which he got earlier. Sent me a little GIF of it downloading, and him and his family are now playing it.
Yay.
So that was the first giveaway we've done. We'll probably end up coming up with some more. But yeah, at least we've done something here, so I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, we're gonna give away one of Strange's dual blades if we reach 1 billion subs.
Yes, I think we should. Let's just
first
person to ask for it gets it.
Can I have
Amon,
it?
you want to ask for it?
Yeah, I just did. Can I have it? Cool.
Look, the only way to get a dark saber is to beat the person who
Please watch the
Caleb
battle. So
please watch the Mandalorian. That is not at all how you get it, but
you hit me with a plastic sword. I stabbed you with a knife, a real knife.
I don't know, the pointy end on this plastic sword is pretty pointy. Probably hurt somebody with it. I mean,
we've reached the point where showing off toy lightsabers.
Also, these things are pretty heavy. So
toy lightsabers. This is real.
Yeah, this is real. What you mean?
All right. Well,
Jeremy,
I think that's a good sign to wrap up for the show tonight. Amon, since you haven't been on a little while, we'll let you start off. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me in my lightsaber over at Content Breaker. Is our podcast that we do, fellow to our homies over here at Zenspath. But you can find me on Twitter at Static Dreads, where I realize I've never ever tweeted about our podcast. That's probably why nobody ever talks about it. Okay, so I need to do that. So come over and watch me probably still not tweet about our podcast, but definitely check out our podcast.
You've retweeted stuff about ours, so I appreciate it.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Retweet.
All right. And Caleb, where can we find you at?
You can find me and my dual Darksabers at StrangelyInt on Twitter. Also look for Strangely Entertaining on YouTube, where I will be getting back into making more videos. Starting to get the urge to do it again. And then I stream every now and then, probably Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Central Time. Just look up Strangely Entertaining on Twitch, and that's
all right. And I've been your host, Jeremy Powers. You can find me on Twitter at Zenspath, Zenspath, or you can talk to us on the show directly at ZenspathPod. And then you can also locate us at bit.ly/Zenspath Discord to join up on our Discord and talk to all of us on there as we're goofing off, playing games. We use the chat channel while playing stuff like Splatoon and other titles, including Nintendo Switch Sports, which will be on. You can come see these guys post up weird pictures of them holding their lightsabers as they dance around. That'll be all over the meme section.
You know it.
You can also find me over at youtube.com/ZenspathCom. That's where we have the video version of this podcast. I also do my moving forward. That's FOREWORD, because it's like the forward of a book, where I do the recordings and covers of the openings of video games, kind of like that forward of a book. I'll be redoing some of those now that I've got some new recording hardware. I want to kind of update them a little bit. But yeah, beyond that, it's been episode 68 of the Zenspath 4-Button Podcast, and we are out. Peace.
Bye.
Seriously, Smash Brothers is better.